All right, good evening, everybody. We are the Game Reactionists. I am Rorschach,
And I, Spectre.
and we're going to continue Resident Evil 1 Remake. Kind of fell behind this weekend with Chris's playthrough. You know, it's the weekend, things happen. So, apologies about that. Chris's playthrough is going to be a bit more of a streamlined playthrough anyway, because there isn't much deviation in terms of the storyline versus Jill's campaign. So,
And even when we fall behind, I mean, we're still doing a lot. We recorded a couple videos today. Last night I recorded first part of Callisto Protocol. So I mean, even when we're falling behind, we're still putting stuff out.
yeah, that is true. So anyone,
It's all relative, you know. This is I don't envision this being a channel ever where you're waiting months or weeks for content. You know, there's
No.
there's a lot of it. It might not all tickle your fancy, but I mean, there's going to be chances are with a variety of stuff we do and play, there's going to be something out there that you like.
yeah, no, I 100% agree. So I've gotten one death mask already. I got it from the little plant room here. So those have been killed.
See, let me refresh my page here so I can actually see what you're doing.
So right now we just got to collect the other death masks for Chris. And it said I was missing something in here. Oh, an ink ribbon. And even this run through, I won't care too much about clearing everything out of a room. Unless it's absolutely necessary. I'll definitely gather whatever materials I need. But I want to make this one a streamlined playthrough because I want to get Resident Evil 2 remakes started this week.
Are you gonna do it under 3 hours here? You're gonna get the achievement?
Probably not. I think I'm already like, I don't know, a half hour, 45 minutes in. So, I'm not that pro. So let me see where I'm at here. I'm just looking at the rooms. That's the plant room, typewriter room. Those areas. Okay, I think I gotta go on the other side of the mansion. Toward the upper levels. I get that death mask up there. Gotta remember that zombie. He's gonna come up to ruin my life. So we got Boulder punching Chris.
We should have put the mod in where you can actually have a boulder, Chris.
What is it? Just a boulder? You're just playing.
It's literally just Chris rolled up into a ball, a giant model of him.
That's funny. That's pretty good. Where am I at here? Use the mansion key. Okay, so that's I'm not gonna go in there just yet. We'll do this here because this will give me the other key that I need, I believe. That didn't do anything. And how did your Callisto stream go last night?
Pretty well. I mean, I was kind of complaining about some aspects of it. I think just even on hardcore difficulty, the lobotomization of the artificial intelligence in the game has really hurt the game a lot. Enemies used to be a lot more unpredictable in terms of how they'd attack you in groups. Now it's very much like a polite kind of like turn changing type of thing. So I'd like to. There actually is. I looked up a process to revert my save like to the original patch where enemies were a little bit more aggressive, but yeah, so that's the only thing that's really disappointing about it. I wish, what I hope what they do in the contagion difficulty that they're adding, presumably this month, it's supposed to come out this month according to the roadmap, is they hopefully add like an option to toggle that on and off, like the difference in AI or whatever. Because at first, everyone was complaining when it first came out, oh, the game's too hard, the enemies are unfair, they attack you at random, and when they gang up on you, it's unfair. And I'm like, I like that part of it because that's what encourages you to use the grip and the different mechanics of the game to get the upper hand. Now they only attack one at a time. No matter, you could have 10 guys attacking you, it's only one at a time. So I don't like that. So other than that, I mean, it's I think you would actually like the item. I know one of the things you didn't care for was that the game was too generous with credits and items. That is not the case on hardcore at all. Like you get like maybe a lot of enemies actually drop nothing. You literally get nothing from them. Most enemies drop like 3 or 4 credits. So you get like basically nothing. So I think that addresses your item concerns. But yeah, I'll see what they do with the contagion difficulty. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a stream of that. I'll finish up hardcore. I will do a stream of the DLC when it finally comes out in the summer. Okay. But that's my plan of it right now. So yeah, it's going well. I got like, I don't know, like chapter 4 or something, like 3 or 4 or something.
Okay. So you're about a quarter of the way done already.
Yeah, a little more than a quarter of the way. So it's going quick. It helps. I'm not doing any like skips or anything like that. I might check to see if one of them is still working, but I'm not doing any major skips.
Okay.
Because there's some pretty ridiculous ones you can do. Like you can actually skip whole chapters.
I remember you telling me about that.
You can actually glitch through the kind of no clip for the geometry of the level, and you can actually just basically run to certain points in the game.
Okay. So it sounds like my prediction was accurate in that the harder difficulties wouldn't be as difficult. That was one thing I didn't have an issue with. I didn't think the game was hard to begin with. When I started playing it, I made the mistake of not reading the tutorials of the combat. So I thought I had to time the dodge mechanics. Once I found out that you can just hold your stick in any direction and then you'll just automatically dodge as they're attacking, then I was like, oh, there's nothing to this.
I think that is fine for the original way the AI worked. I think the kind of the overpowered dodge to some degree is okay for that. But with the way the AI works now, I think it becomes too easy. It's way too easy.
Yeah.
But with the original AI where enemies will attack you out of turn, and you can actually still see remnants of that in the game. I actually pointed that out. Because there's some enemies that will attack you out of turn, like the vomiting spitter enemies will attack you. And even regular enemies will attack you if you're like being grappled by like that tentacle thing. Mm-hmm. So you see some remnants of that in there, but for the most part, when you're fighting off against a bunch of them, they will just kind of politely take their turns, and that's just not fun.
Yeah,
it's too easy.
So I still have no reason to replay that game then. So duly noted.
I mean, I know they could turn it into the greatest game ever. You've already made up your mind on it, but I would wait and see what happens with this contagion difficulty. That might be more up your alley, and we'll see how the DLC plays out.
I'll play the DLC. I have the season pass because I got the big collector's edition, so I'll definitely play through the DLC. I'll put it in one more time for that. Once I do that, then I'll just be forever done with the game. And, sell it for whatever pennies it'll be worth at that point. The collector's edition I'll keep, though. That's one thing they got right, in my opinion. It was a very cool collector's edition. That statue is a very awesome-looking statue. You won't hear me gripe about the statue. It was really well done, really detailed. And I'll have my own little survival horror corner, so to speak. Because I got the Red Pyramid coming. I got...
Looking forward to that. Yeah, that's going to be cool.
Yeah, that looks really nice. And you know, we did your unboxing of the Dead Space Collector's Edition, and I'm really thinking about that. I was being serious when I was talking about like possibly wanting that because it looks nice. And from what I understand, it's still readily available on limited run. They didn't sell out, so
Yeah, I think it might be. I'm not 100% sure. I suppose I could check. Let's see here.
and if they're sold out, whatever, then I don't really care. That helmet is dope. I would have been cool. What they should have done is like charge an extra $30 and put like a voice modulator on it, like the Fallout Power Armor Edition helmet.
That would have been neat.
That would have been very cool. Okay, I got another key here. An ink ribbon. Jeez, man, they are just stocking me up with. Still getting a lot of stuff running. Oh, you know what? I did drop this down to easy.
Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna be getting it, man.
Is it sold out?
Yeah, it's going for like $500 or more on eBay.
Ah, well, oh well. Yeah, I don't really have an interest to pay $500 for it. That's fine. I'm not a big super fan. I'd be buying it just to have it, you know, and then.
And that's never a good reason to buy anything. I've learned that the hard way over time.
Well, look at how many things I sold through, things I bought to just have, and then ended up not using them, or growing up and my tastes changing and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's I think it's good advice for anybody that's watching this. If you're collecting stuff and video game stuff in any capacity, find what you really, really like. Don't try to collect everything. That was my mistake early on.
Yeah.
Find things you really, really care for that mean a lot to you, maybe from your childhood or that you have a history with, and you really, really enjoy. They resonate with you a lot, and get those things and focus just on those things.
Yeah.
And that's I think you'll appreciate what you have a lot more then. I mean, I still have a ton of stuff because I like a lot of different stuff, but I mean, compared to when I started, I mean, I've downsized like crazy, and just focus on a few things. It's just the things you have then are a lot more precious to you then.
Right.
Oh, why is this like my Steam is like glitching so much? What the frick is going on? Trying to like update this game in the background here, and it's like becoming a pain in the ass. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Resident Evil 2. I've never really seen, like, I've seen parts of playthroughs of that, but I've never seen it all the way through.
I'm looking forward to that. Despite its flaws, it was still an enjoyable remake to play through. Get out of here, B! Now you're dead. Alright, so now I got the Wind Crest. Why am I not reloading? Oh, because I don't have my ammo on me.
That'll do it.
That would indeed do it. Alright, so I got 2 out of 4 death masks. So one thing that sucks when doing Chris playthroughs, you have less inventory slots than Jill, so you actually have to go to the item box even more.
That'll slow you down a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Alright. Let's see. Take my bullets here. Just thinking. I don't think I need the old key for the room I'm about to go into, so I'll put that in there for now. I don't know. I'll take a first aid. Oh, I remember the last spot to use the armor key at. I can't make up in my mind on what I'm gonna do. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go get the grenade launcher. And there's like very few unique story beats here. Rebecca's part of the storyline.
So I mean, it's more like a hard difficulty version of the same thing.
Pretty much, yeah. It's not like you're running through this mansion at the same time as Jill. You know, they said
it'd be kind of cool. They need to make like a co-op version of it, right? Like a mod for it.
Yeah, that'd be neat. Okay, so we got that. We got the shotgun here. Forrest from the Bravo team. Oh, he doesn't even have the grenade launcher. There are deep wounds all over his body. What could have torn him up like this? Chris is all broken up about it. When I ran through this with Jill, she was just like, oh, it's a dead dude.
Very cold.
Uh-oh. And at least they give you the music to know that when an enemy is dead. Okay, so there's really no benefit to coming to this area as Chris. You get additional resources. You know, so...
It's something, I guess, but yeah.
Oh, there's still something in here, though. Maybe I'm missing something. Oh, there's a dagger. Okay. Alright, well, that's that. All right, I'll put stuff away again.
All right, I gotta figure out my problems here.
And with the chemical, I know when we get to like the outdoor shed, the chemical portion I can skip because you can't mix it as Chris.
You just have to fight it straight up, right?
Yeah, you just have to fight it straight up. There we go. Here's Rebecca.
You.
Chris Redfield, Alpha Team. We're here to rescue you. Richard, what the hell happened to you? Chris, this place. Get your team out of here.
So this is a unique cutscene for Chris's storyline.
Everywhere.
Don't talk. He seems to have been bitten by a poisonous snake, but the size of the bite mark is huge.
It's not just any ordinary snake.
You could play as Rebecca to Resident Evil 0.
You can. She is one of the playable characters in Resident
I'll
Evil
go get
0.
it.
Please hurry.
Hold on. I'll be back.
So hasn't he been like infected though? Like,
Well, he was bitten by the snake Yawn. I don't know if Yawn is technically like a zombie snake. I think it's just a large snake.
well, isn't that the whole thing? Like they use like the T virus to like alter these animals and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I think the T virus altered the animals differently. I believe. I could be mistaken.
So they're not like contagious. Let's see, Yawn or Resident Evil. Now I'm curious.
Why wasn't Yawn, or you should ask, why didn't Rod or Richard become a zombie?
Let's see.
after being
I'll
bitten
read
by
the wiki
Yawn?
here. The Yawn was an experimental BOW test subject created at the Arkley Laboratory. Yeah, it was infected with. It was a regular snake. They infected it with an unidentified strain of the T virus. Yawn grew to considerable size, hormonally unstable, became too aggressive to control. It went on a rampage. The Yawn encounter stars Bravo team members Richard and Rebecca as they explored the mansion, hunting them for individual rooms until it cornered them. I could save Chambers from harm, but was mauled in the process, exposed to its venom. So it's saying, according to the wiki here, it was infected with the T virus.
Okay.
I'll just try to find. Let's see.
Hope this is what you wanted.
Thank you. I'm gonna give you a shot now, Richard. Hang in there.
Yeah, I'm not finding anything like conclusive here, so I don't really know.
Here. Take it. It's a radio. Yourself.
Richard, no!
He's okay. He's just unconscious.
Rebecca, it's not safe here. Let's get Richard to a safer place.
Right.
Oh yeah, now they take me all the way
Richard's
here.
doing well, Chris. He should recover soon.
Good. Richard needs you now.
As soon as Richard gets better, we'll come after you.
Somebody asked in
Rebecca,
chat,
you okay
do you
with
know
that?
what T stands for in T-Virus?
I'm going to continue my investigation.
Be careful.
Tyrant?
No, I don't think it does. Look it up. What does the T stand for?
I'm almost positive.
T's nuts. Okay.
Imagine my shock. I thought it was a legitimate question there for a second. Yeah, no, but it actually does stand for tyrant. But
Oh, it does stand for tyrant. Okay. Well, thanks for the question. Just trust me, bro.
yeah, so I don't know. I don't have like a good. I should pull up the character AI thing and see if anything you can like point me in the right direction. It can kind of scour Google for me. Somebody on Reddit must have asked this question at some point. Because I mean, clearly it mauled the thing mauled Richard. So I mean, he's infected with the venom. So you would logically assume that
He's got the T virus in him.
he's got the T virus, right? I mean,
I think it's a moot point. He's a character that ends up dead no matter what. If
I
you
think it's a
don't-
glaring plot hole. I think the game's a 2 out of 10 because of it.
I would give it a 1.5 out of 10.
Just like in Callisto, we can't explain the error. Well, we can, but it's a 2 out of 10 because of that. So
Oh man.
let's see, Richard. I'm gonna try to find this. I'm gonna see somebody on Reddit. I know has asked this question at some point.
That zombie got me good. There we go. Got a live reaction jump scare out of me. I forgot that he would be there. You sneaky devil.
Beat you on without Richard. Blah blah blah.
Beat Yawn without Richard. Well, the only way you can do that is if you don't save him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely not a Resident Evil expert by any stretch of the imagination. I don't know like how it's supposed to work here. Let's see. Okay, this is like my research project here for the night. I got to figure this out. I know I can't be the only one that's thought of this.
We need the answers.
Okay, eventually the two were attacked by a giant snake. A poison and severely injured Richard to the mansion, East Wing, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Alright, so I gotta drop some stuff off.
I found 10 things that make no sense about the T virus.
Okay, read them off.
Okay, number 10. The T virus is your friend. The T virus exists in order to help the human race. You read that right. At least that's according to the folks who created it. Basically, a group of 3 scientists found a flower in 1966 that had DNA-altering properties. They thought they could exploit it to build a utopian society where humans are perfect. The scientists needed lots of money to fund the blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's kind of dumb. Okay, let's make sure. Okay, escape. Okay, when scientists started experimenting with the T virus, they realized that it wasn't a completely effective bioweapon. Essentially, the virus infected people, turned them into zombies, but about 10% of a given population would be inherently immune to it. That's bad for sales. To guarantee a practically infallible mortality rate, the scientists used the T virus to bond a human egg and reptilian DNA that resulted in the creation of the fearsome hunter. The hunter's purpose was literally to hunt down any people resistant to the T virus.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess the argument is that it's not like it's not really even 100% effective. Like 10% of people won't even turn into zombies from it.
Isn't that like the natural way of life when it comes to viruses? There are just some people who will be naturally immune to them.
Yeah, I guess it's saying like it's not as like scary as it's coming across. You know, I know there's like real world viruses that can like I think like Ebola has like a crazy like mortality rate or something like that. At a certain stage. So I mean, it's actually kind of up there. Let's see. We're diving down all these different rabbit holes here. Let's see. Virus and human history with highest mortality rate. Oh, okay. So there's at least 4 known viruses that are, so far as we know, 100% untreatable and 100% mortality rate.
Okay.
So there's actually at least 4, more than that actually, like at least 6 here, real world viruses that are more deadly than the T virus.
It's me, Chris.
Rebecca.
It sounded like Moonlight Sonata.
Now these are for untreated. So let's see. Transmissible spongiform encephalopathies. The hell is this?
This is Rebecca.
With prions.
Oh. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, here's one that we all know about: rabies.
My interpretation is off a little.
After, if left untreated, and after symptoms are present.
Sure. But don't get too carried away.
I won't.
African trypanosomephasis. That's a parasite. So there's 2 parasites here that are 100% effective in mortality. Granulous amniotic Jesus, I can't even say that. Technically, AIDS, if left untreated, has a 90% rate.
Okay.
/ HIV. Glanders. Anthrax is really close. It's 85%.
Oh, really?
If you're untreated.
Okay.
A lot of these are untreated.
Right. So now I gotta allow Rebecca to practice. I think I just gotta run around just for a little bit here. Where do I use the armor key for the last time?
There are other criticisms is the T virus doesn't really spread all that well.
Okay. We should talk about is it physically possible to punch away a boulder the way Chris Redfield does in Resident Evil 5? And we're at the item box again.
Okay, so this is a good point too. So the zombies in Resident Evil are not dead people technically. The T-virus is actually incapable of resuscitating dead tissue and requires live cells in order to zombify somebody. So why do people look at like corpses? A side effect of the virus is necrosis or the death of any given tissue when blood stops flowing through it. Since zombies in the game look chewed up or in the middle of decomposing, they can easily be mistaken for corpses. So it can't actually resurrect the dead.
Oh.
Yeah, so I can't find. I give up. I can't find an answer for why Richard is not turned into a zombie. Maybe he's immune. I guess maybe he's part of the 10% that's immune.
Yeah, it could be part of the 10% that's immune. He definitely becomes a zombie fodder anyway because he gets killed in either campaign, no matter what. Whether you
spoiling it for me.
Whether you save him early on, or if you, if you don't save him, then he just dies right then and there, which means you miss out on the combat shotgun. Or if you save him, then he just dies later on. Oh no, I screwed up. Now I gotta go through serious danger. Dang it. Bad dogs. Naughty. Naughty dogs. Ugh. Leave me. Oh, gosh darn it. Get off me. Man, they just hold on to that grip forever, man. Okay, I know I'll have a couple zombies in here. I thought that was supposed to be an achievement.
What's that?
Where you shoot them when they're eating a grenade.
I mean, there's a lot of hidden achievements, so. God, that hallway, it feels like it's always just, like, filled with them.
Yeah. Alright, well, we'll get a third death mask here. So, green crown, purple necklace, orange bracelet. Okay, we got the purple necklace. Green crown. Alright, we got a death mask. Alright, that door's unlocked. Rebecca's got to be done practicing by now, right? Like...
I suppose you could always like just dump the death mask on like the go down there in the crypt, you know, if you needed to save inventory space.
Yeah. Not really at risk of inventory space right now. Because once Rebecca's done practicing, then I can open up the clock, get the last key, fight Yawn. Oh, wrong door. It sounds like she's got it. Let's find out.
Chris! Chris! I think I got it.
All right. Good for you, Rebecca.
How does it work? You have to leave her in there for a certain amount of time or something?
Yeah, you let her practice. I think you only have to go through like a couple of rooms. You don't have to do anything specific.
Practice makes perfect.
But I had
What's this?
to grab one more death mask anyway, so I just went ahead and did that. I think if you go through two different rooms, and then by the time you come back, then it's good to go. Oh no! We got something down here. Oh yeah, Trevor's diary.
Were you all right in there?
Yeah.
Riveting cutscene there.
Yeah. Amazing performance.
Alright, we're almost done with the mask section, and then we go to the next area of the game. And by the time when you complete like the outer shed, it's you're a little over halfway done with the game at that point.
Yeah, it's going. I mean, it's going pretty quick. At this rate, I'll be up soon. I'll have to do my RE4 run.
Oh man. Hold on. I gotta remember. Two knights striking each other. The short sword has been thrust into the breast of one knight, while the long sword has pierced the head of the other. Okay, so I gotta move the... one more time. There we go. Nope. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. Go to my item box over here and stock up for Yawn. I'll bring a couple of first aid sprays. I'm hoping the amount of shotgun bullets I have will be enough. If not, I'm in big trouble.
Yeah. Be a dead run. You have to knife him.
Yeah, don't even have the knife on me.
That's right. It's so goofy that the knife is like an inventory item. It's like, come on.
Well, it's like you can see it, like it's right on my chest plate here.
Yeah, it's like yeah. Apparently, the knife is just as difficult to carry as a grenade launcher.
Right. Oh, and I got some healing items there too.
I was gonna add. I have to actually check and see if I don't know if I can actually stream that game.
Which game?
I was gonna finish up.
Oh shit! A Crimson Head.
I was gonna finish up Hatred eventually, but I don't know if I can actually stream that game.
Oh yeah, is it not?
I know Twitch has rules about adult-only games.
Oh okay.
So like you can't just stream like I mean, there's hentai games, adult games for example. You can't stream those on Twitch.
Yeah. Before I fight Yawn, I'm gonna go take care of something real quick, so I'll be right back.
Okay. Let's see. I'm actually gonna look that up right away. Which Okay, that doesn't help me there. Let's just look it up on Twitch and see if we can find it. I am not seeing it on Twitch. But there's which games can I not stream on Twitch? Oh, here. Games are restricted from broadcast if the game violates our community guidelines as it applies to hate speech, sex, nudity, gratuitous gore, or extreme violence. The official ESRB rating is adults only. Yeah, so any kind of like adult game is banned, obviously. But Hatred, I think it's official. Yes, I think Hatred I can actually stream just because it's a yeah, so I can actually stream Hatred because it's a it was rated adults only. Only so really there's only two non like pornographic games that are two other so there's three total. So there's Hatred, Manhunt 2 and Thrill Kill are the ones that were deemed too violent and they were rated adults only. So everything else, so that and so those three games and then anything pornographic would be considered you can't stream them on Twitch.
Manhunt 2 had an adult only rating?
Yeah, for violence.
Oh.
So yeah, so technically, so unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to. I'll have to finish Hatred off stream.
What the heck?
It's a little silly to me, in my opinion, but whatever. Not everything has to be Disneyland, okay?
Yeah.
Got this.
Well, it bit me, so...
How do you get rid of the poison or whatever?
There's a serum, and I'm wondering now, because I got poisoned with Jill during my run-through of her versus Yon on the first time as well. I'm wondering if there's no way to avoid it.
Poison.
Probably don't get hit, right?
Chris!
Well, just this time,
I'll be right back. Just hang in there.
there's a Crimson Head in this room. And now she just left me.
You're poisoned. You're like, oh, God, I can't. Meanwhile, there's a zombie ready to go.
You're right. We're not going to talk about the Crimson Head that's hanging out in there? Okay. I forgot about this, that they do let you take control of Rebecca for a little bit.
Yeah. How does this play out in original Resident Evil?
God, it's been so long since... I don't think I played the original Resident Evil since, like, 2000. So I don't remember. I believe Rebecca was still part of the original game. But yeah, for the life of me, I can't tell you exactly. Google it. Let's find out. Let's find out in real time. Was Rebecca in the original Resident Evil game? That's your cue.
All right. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, it poisons you in the first game. You have to use a blue herb, or a serum. Same idea. Sure. Trying to find out more information.
Yeah, because even just now with Chris, I was like, I was behind the snake. Where, like, it couldn't even strike me, and then it struck and it just automatically hit me.
How are you feeling?
What happened?
There's still a Crimson Head in this room.
Poisonous snake and fell unconscious. Easy.
Oh, my head's killing me.
You should be fine, because I gave you a shot of serum. But again, Don't do anything.
That you wouldn't do? I'll try to remember that.
Still a Crimson Head in this
I owe
room.
you one.
Okay, there's more important things right now.
Oh,
All right.
now he's not in this room. What? What?
We gotta talk about your poison first, and the zombie can wait. Okay.
Yeah. Alright, well, I have all the death masks. Oh wait, I went through the wrong door. I gotta get the masks. Duh. Alright, let's get my key to go to the next section. How does that sound? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh my god! Get off me! He actually posed a real threat.
One more shot for the road.
Not just any object.
Stone and metal object.
Stop at an item box. I'll grab my wind crest so I can get the magnum. And then we're going to the next area.
Very nice.
I'll put the shotgun away for a little bit because I should only be encountering regular enemies. So I'll conserve my heavier munitions. Actually, I don't even need health because I know there's going to be health on the way there. Limit the inventory slots. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god! He's a Crimson Head, no less. Oh man, that's a problem. I should have been burning more bodies.
Yeah, I mean, you really haven't been doing that this run.
I forget that they spawn much quicker than in Jill's campaign. Oh yeah.
So you grab the first aid.
I am trying to. I want to grab the grenade too. There we go. I'll leave those shotgun shells there for now.
Spawn. Wesker? Monster chain.
Tree. Not says. Wave. Woods outside the map.
Oh, that's Wesker on the radio now. There we go. Gotta push all the buttons here just to make sure that they can go in. There we go. Now we got the Magnum.
That's right. I'd store my gun too.
Right in Gravestone. You know, not for nothing, Umbrella's R&D department is certainly on top of it. They're able to make very complex mechanics within the most basic of.
That's what they should have been doing instead of viruses.
Yeah, I would agree. Go all the way up here.
There's something really fun and satisfying about Resident Evil 4's inventory system, like the organization and
Yeah, the whole
trying to stretch out as much as you can from the space that you have.
Yeah, the Tetris element of it.
Yeah,
I like it.
it's a really simple thing they did, but I mean, it also makes it takes a really mundane part of a lot of games. It kind of makes it fun.
Right.
But we'll get there. We're moving along at a good clip here. It's only the fifth right now, and you're rounding the corner on this game.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 2 will knock out. You said 3 is pretty quick.
Yeah, 3 is pretty quick. And it's only one campaign, so... Uh-oh. Somebody's in here. Bah! Oh. This doesn't make sense, too. This kind of always bothered me. She attacks you, but doesn't kill you? Only for you to
Maybe
come
some
to?
part of her is still like, I don't know.
There's nothing human about her. In the least. Go away. Oh, Nikes.
It's got kind of a swipe to it.
Oh, yeah. Kind of a swipe. Leave me alone, zombie. Alright, now we have the crank. Alright. And now we're going to the woodshed. Where they got tarantulas and nasty spiders and all kinds of fun stuff.
This is Brad. Come in, Stars Alpha Team.
Okay, we got dogs here. No! Pick that up, Chris! No! Ah! What the heck? No! Bad dog! Alright. Alright. He barely did anything to me, so that's okay. Can hear the sound of a waterfall in the distance. Yeah, I'm thinking for sure at the very latest we should be starting Resident Evil 2 Remake by Tuesday. That's at the extreme latest.
That sounds about right.
There's dogs here too. No birds. Go away. Go away. Nothing over here. Alright, nothing else over here. Alright, we'll just go. Grab my red herb here. Oh, didn't push it over far enough. Oh, look at that clipping. Alright. We'll go to the save room. Got the flash grenade. Oh no. Use the
Just looking up
shotgun.
anything else interesting I can find. I guess you can like instantly be killed in that shark area that's coming up if you take too long.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Intriguing. Maybe I'll do a save and see what happens. Because I'm actually intrigued by that. Ah! You. Oh, God. Oh, my gosh. Yep, now I'm poisoned. Son of a gun. It's alright.
You'll make it.
Yeah. I'm still in the green. It's probably a blue herb mix in here. Yep, there it is. There we go. Right as rain. It's like nothing even happened. Pull up some, do a read-through of some Resident Evil facts.
What's that?
Look up some, like, Resident Evil facts. Do a read-through of that. You know, like top 10 Resident Evil facts you didn't know or something like that. I'd be curious what's out there.
I have 10 obscure facts you never knew about the original Resident Evil.
Yeah, read through those. Just read through
Okay.
them in their entirety, even if they sound lame. Just read through them. See what.
Especially if they sound lame. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, we'll go for these. Resident Evil was originally going to be a remake of another game.
Really?
Before Resident Evil was conjured up, there was Sweet Home, a Capcom RPG from 1989 based on a Japanese horror film that follows a film crew making their way through a haunted mansion. Resident Evil was originally intended to be a remake of this game, but plans changed as development went on. That said, many similar elements end up being the finished product, including the mansion setting, emphasis on puzzles and survival, and multiple endings. That's
Okay.
interesting.
That is cool.
Game was also inspired by horror films. Classic horror films also played an immense job in influencing the creepy atmosphere and story. The Shining played a significant role in the mansion's original design, from the creepy wallpaper to vibrant colors. Zombie films were an important force as well, of course. The films, George Romero and Italian undead flicks like Zombie inspired the creators of the game to create their own terrifying zombie story. It was almost first person. The gameplay went through plenty of changes early on. A first-person perspective was toyed with the initial development and mixed with more supernatural elements as opposed to the biological creature horror the series is known for. Shinji Mikami, the game's director, adopts the third-person perspective of a fixed camera after encountering the horror game Alone in the Dark, setting the next few games up for a similar style.
Okay.
Oh, it's funny. We were just talking about this earlier. Co-op was almost included.
Oh,
As
really?
the game production progressed, so did the ideas for a spell. A cooperative mode was teased that would have a lot of players to play alongside each other at the same time, but the concept was cut. There were additional characters that were cut. The characters of Resident Evil universe are a huge draw for the fans. Everyone has a favorite. Interestingly enough, there were several characters who didn't make the final cut of the game. I guess there's one called Dewey.
I remember
was
that.
designed
I heard of
as
that,
a tall African American man with a sense of humor who would provide lighter moments in the game, and Gelzer was designed as a hulking cyborg who would help the team with his brute strength. Both characters were replaced by Rebecca and Barry.
Okay.
There were several versions of the game. Several versions were released after the huge success of the initial game. The director's cut included a new mode that changed item and enemy locations as well as added new wardrobes and gameplay mechanics. The DualShock version supported the DualShock controller and added a new soundtrack. The Sega Saturn version included an unlockable battle mode and featured new enemies and costumes. So we all know that there was different versions of the game.
Yeah.
Let's see, there's almost a Game Boy Color version. Capcom had their eyes set on the world of handheld consoles early on, attempting to port the entire game to the Game Boy Color. Due to restrictions for the system, the game was scrapped, but some footage showed that the port would have been true to the original game's ideas. Some rudimentary footage exists of the almost completed game. I want to see what that looks like.
Resident Evil Gaiden, I think it was supposed to be called. Or did Resident Evil Gaiden actually exist?
Oh, here, I found it. Resident Evil 1 canceled Game Boy.
What's it look like?
It actually looks pretty decent.
There was going to be a Resident Evil 2 port to Game Boy Color as well, and there is existing demo footage out there, gameplay footage. And for a Game Boy Color game, it didn't look terrible. Obviously, it would have never worked, but it wasn't bad.
I mean, it looks like yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, for a Game Boy game. Yeah, so pretty cool. Okay, a couple more facts here. Chris Redfield is not the man on the cover art. This is for the original cover art. The game's cover art is almost as iconic as the game itself. The lone soldier armed with a massive shotgun facing off against some unknown terror is as eye-catching as it is historic. Fans have long speculated the man on the cover was Chris due to similar clothing and the fact that he is one of the game's main protagonists. In reality, the man is not any particular character, as artist Bill Kuitz explains. The man is simply a composite figure for the game's creepy concept.
Oh, okay.
The game was an unexpected hit. The creators of the series had low expectations at the time of its release. Producer Tokuro Fujiwara estimated only would sell 200,000 copies. The makers of the game were uncertain how a horror game could find success, but as time went on and word spread of this new kind of game, Capcom ended up selling several million copies, making it one of the most successful games on the PlayStation.
Wow.
And then the name of the game was chosen in a contest. The original Japanese name, Biohazard, would not be available for trademark in the United States due to previous claims to the name. Thus, a new name was needed for a Western release. Capcom ran a company contest to come up with a new name, leading to the Resident Evil tag. The name was chosen for its relation to the mansion setting. It's tough to think about Resident Evil being named anything else, but it's very well could have been. So they had like an internal contest because obviously Biohazard was going to be trademarked for something else or copyrighted.
Yeah.
So there's some facts about Resident Evil. I'll see if there's anything else I can find that's interesting. Here's 20 things you probably didn't know about Resident Evil.
Okay.
I will skip over anything that we've already talked about.
Sure.
Several gruesome messages were removed from Resident Evil. A trial version of Resident Evil includes messages written in blood on the walls, presumably to flesh out the backstory of the mansion's zombified residents. One reads, "Painful breathing, someone stop the suffering." Another message was going to say, "For God's sake, get out," a direct reference to Resident Evil's spiritual precursor, Sweet Home.
Okay.
Jill has a hidden zombie encounter scene. Most people playing through Resident Evil as Jill Valentine will spot their first zombie gnawing on the body of Star's comrade, Kenneth Sullivan. However, if you try to return to the lobby as Jill twice before entering the zombie's lair, the undead cannibal will burst into the dining room instead. Visiting Kevin's corpse after this event reveals that his legs have been eaten.
Really?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Let's see. Brad makes a creepy cameo in Resident Evil 2. In the original Resident Evil, helicopter pilot Brad Vickers is seen is seen to escape the mansion alive. However, the second game reveals that things didn't turn out too well for him afterwards. Playing as Claire in Resident Evil 2 on normal difficulty while intentionally avoiding weapons and items will result in a zombified version of Brad staggering around in the maintenance tunnels. So that's kind of cool.
Wow.
This one sounds interesting. You can battle a zombie Wesker on the Sega Saturn. PlayStation was the most popular console for playing Resident Evil, but a version of the game released for Sega Saturn featured some cool extras. For example, you could fight a zombie version of Albert Wesker via the Saturn's version's unlockable battle game. An extra tough gold version of Resident Evil's final boss. The Tyrant can also be found in this minigame.
Okay.
Devil May Cry started out as Resident Evil 4. After the success of Resident Evil 3, writer Noboru Sugimura and director Hideki Kamiya planned for the fourth installment to be a cool and stylized action game. However, shoehorning a badass action hero into the classic Resident Evil formula proved challenging. Fixed camera angles weren't sufficiently showing off the player character's coolness, and the eerie survival horror tone was at odds with the fast-paced battle system planned for the new game. To avoid straying too far from the series' roots, the developers decided to turn their work in progress into a whole new franchise, Devil May Cry.
I have heard of that.
Let's see. Resident Evil 1.5 was a thing. Resident Evil 2 could have ended up a very different game. A whole different version was made and nearly released, but the people at Capcom were dissatisfied with the game and started over, keeping key plot elements like the zombie outbreak concept and rookie cop character Leon Kennedy. So what was different? Instead of Claire Redfield, Resident Evil 1.5 had a playable female character called Elza Walker, a motorbike racing college student. Enemies from this scrap game include zombie gorillas, man spiders, and a bizarre boss monster with the face of Albert Wesker on its tail.
Okay.
Lost in Nightmares can be played in retro mode. A downloadable mission for Resident Evil 5 Lost in Nightmares can be played from the classic fixed camera perspective by checking the main door and the starting room 3 times. This is a nice throwback to Resi games of old after the third-person shooter elements from Resident Evil 4. Some fans still pine for the fixed perspective of the earlier games. So it's like a little throwback thing you can do in Resident Evil 5.
Okay.
There's a nod to the infamous Jill sandwich scene in Resident Evil Uprising. That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich. Remember that atrocious bit of dialogue from Barry in the first Resident Evil? Mobile game Resident Evil Uprising makes a mockery of it by including a hidden recipe for a Jill sandwich. It can be found on a post-it note in the police department.
50% of pressure threshold.
Let's see. I still got some more here. George Romero was fired from the Resident Evil movie. The godfather of zombie horror, George Romero, had close ties with Capcom and Resident Evil after he was chosen to direct an ad campaign for Biohazard 2 in Japan. When Capcom decided to turn their critically acclaimed games into a film, they hired Romero as director and screenplay writer. But Romero's script, which was based on the story of the original Resident Evil, included characters like Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine, was disliked by the producers at Capcom. The legendary director was promptly fired. Mortal Kombat director Paul W.S. Anderson took his place with a screenplay that was further removed from the storyline of the games. So that's kind of sort of the lost Resident Evil movie. That would have been interesting, I think, to actually see one that was actually a lot closer to the games.
Have you ever seen his trailer for Resident Evil 2, George Romero's The Game?
No.
It was a pretty solid trailer. It's, I mean, you can find it on YouTube. But it's kind of like what could have been, you know?
Yeah.
Because obviously the Paul W.S. Anderson movies, it's no secret that they are not well received. So yeah, it's just like, man. And I don't know what Capcom was thinking. To its credit, the first Resident Evil movie was okay. It definitely made an attempt to capture what the games were, but it just, from then on, it just got crazier and crazier.
Let's see here. I got a couple more. There are a lot of Queen references in Resident Evil. Resident Evil doesn't have an obvious connection with Queen, but that didn't stop Capcom from cramming the games full of homages to the band's 15th and final album, Made in Heaven. Chris and Claire Redfield are both shown wearing jackets with the insignia Made in Heaven on the back. Another jacket containing the phrase, Let Me Live, track 3 from the album, is shown in Resident Evil Code Veronica. And Billy Cohen from Resident Evil 0 has a large tattoo containing the words Mother Love, which is track 4 from the album.
I didn't know about the tattoo part.
Yeah. Omnimusha started out as a ninja version of Resident Evil. Like Devil May Cry, another Capcom game started out as a Resident Evil affiliated project. Japanese warrior game Omnimusha was originally going to be a ninja version of Resident Evil, set in a ninja house filled with booby traps, but it wasn't. We talked about that one. Okay, this one's kind of funny. Japanese dialogue in Resident Evil was originally discarded. Although the characters in Resident Evil are supposed to be American, the game was initially developed with Japanese voice acting. Resident Evil creator Shinji Mikami decided to re-record the dialogue with English-speaking actors, claiming the Japanese performances had been really lame.
Okay.
Resident Evil was given the world record for worst game dialogue ever. With laughable lines like, Jill, here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you. It's no wonder the original Resident Evil was recognized for its corny B-movie script in the 2008 Guinness Book of World Records Gamers Edition. All right, so that's some more facts there.
Yeah, that's, yeah, that, the original dialogue of that game was not good. At all. Come on. Get around the thing. Oh, here come the wasps. Or hornets. Ah! No! No! I'll take care of those right quick. Dropping like flies. Alright, do some inventory switching up here before I take on the plant. Then I'll get the last key, and then we're going back to the mansion. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we're good. I'll use up the shotgun shells and the old shotgun. Yeah, so a lot of unknown things that happened with the series, especially when it's first coming out. It's really eye-opening with you know, the different stages of development for any video game. You know, it makes you wonder what other games could have been something else entirely.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's game development is fascinating. How things can just radically change from, you know, concept to the final product. You know, it's just that's something that's always kind of fascinating about them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if there's any like facts we missed. There's like, I find like top 10, then I find top 20, then I find top 25.
No, I don't want that. What's in this room? Oh, good, a dagger. That should prove useful against the plant. Oh no!
trying to find like because it's kind of frustrating like not getting like straight answers on it here. Like, let's see.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, jeez, you can. I'm trying to find like they need to have like some kind of hint of like the release date for Starfield. I'm surprised. I mean, like some are saying like, oh, it could, there's a leak that it could be in June and blah blah blah. I'm like, June? It's like it's March right now. It's only like a couple months away.
Yeah.
It's just kind of weird to, I mean, I'm thinking it's gonna be like November. That's a lot more realistic, I think. Bethesda likes to release their games in November. It seems like that's kind of a thing, at least for some of their big ones.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this thing is just dumping all kinds of junk on me. Oh man.
Jeez.
Dude, I'm in trouble. Oh my Lanta, dude. Let me get back upstairs. That is not the place to be. Alright, let it open up, I guess. Did not know it could knock you off like that.
Yeah, no, it's been a while since I've done this.
Oh my god, leave me alone! There we go. Now it's taken care of.
That was close.
A little bit. I was getting worried. I was just like, man, I hope this thing doesn't kill me because I haven't saved in a long time. Alright, we got the last mansion key.
Oh, you scared me. You okay?
Yeah, it's dead. But Richard, he's gone.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find information on that because it's like
Sorry.
it's kind of a big deal this year. It's like the most hyped up game.
Watched out for it.
I found a pharmaceutical room. I think I can come up with something useful. I'll be there. I'm glad you're still okay.
Thanks, Rebecca. I'm glad you're okay too.
Looks like they confirmed there's going to be a collector's edition.
Okay.
Like more or less, it's been kind of like heavily hinted.
Yeah.
This room is equipped with all sorts of medical supplies. Want me to treat your wounds?
Sure.
Yeah, would you?
Oh, she just gave me an arm massage. Thanks, Rebecca.
Thanks.
There.
Be strong, Rebecca.
There's no crying in Resident Evil. Alright, so we finished off this area. We're headed back to the mansion.
Wesker?
Chris, you're alive.
My words exactly. Where's Jill? Thought you were with her.
Yeah, I know. We got separated.
I see. Anyway, we better find a way out of here before we turn into zombie food.
Where's Barry?
Suggestions, Wesker?
We should get a better
Yeah, he's like
situation. There must be
missing in
areas
action,
still
right?
explored in that other mansion.
Yeah.
Chris, I want you to check them out one more time. I'll continue my investigation here.
Sure thing.
You know, I just realized too, with Resident Evil 4 remake, that'll be the first time we see Wesker in a remake since this game.
That's true. Wonder what they're gonna like. How they're gonna like interpret him.
Yeah, and I don't think they've shown anything with him. In the game, in any demo footage or anything.
I mean, they got to keep some surprises, right? I mean, he has a very small part in Resident Evil 4.
Right, and I understand that. Alright, keep my shotgun because I know I'm going to be encountering the hunters. But this house is clear.
You're getting there. How far are you getting tonight?
I don't know. I mean, it's only after 11. I figure I'd give myself till about midnight. You know, see where we're at from
So you'll
there.
be finished.
Brad, if you can't answer me, somehow give me a sign.
You can make it.
I mean, we'll see. The last bit of mansion exploration can be a little bit tedious, and again, I have the less inventory spots, so I gotta move things around more often. Because I still have to, before I even get to the lab, I have to do the last part of the mansion, and then the secret caves. So I think between now and midnight, I'll get to the caves where Lisa wanders. And then that'll probably... Oh, god dang it. Oh my god. These freaking... Okay, I'm not poisoned. Alright. These freaking snakes. Oh, and we got the dogs again. Bad dog! Oh, look at all these extra supplies. I never checked who is leaving the supplies. I'm assuming it's Rebecca. Oh, Wesker. So Wesker is dropping supplies. And he fixed the doorknob. Thanks, Wesker. Come on! Oh, man. Sometimes the reaction, I noticed at times there's like a controller lag input with this HD edition. Yes, you're dead. So yeah, we are slowly but surely getting there. Surely you can't be serious. I am, and don't call me Shirley.
Ho, ho, ho.
I know those movies aren't really your thing.
What? I love Airplane.
Oh, do you? Okay, I didn't know if you would or not.
Yeah, I like Airplane. I got like all the Naked Gun movies. I love those. Huh.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Ugh. Ugh. Ugh. We could do link noises. Alright, that's fully moved over. Get out of there, get out of there.
I will BRB.
Okay. So yeah, we are making good time on this. At this rate, Resident Evil 2 Remake should be started even tomorrow. With how I'm getting through on this. Even if I don't finish this tonight, I should finish this tomorrow really easily. So we'll get into Resident Evil 2 Remakes, which is an even more modern adaptation of a Resident Evil game. And, you know, we're getting there. We're just counting down the days to Resident Evil 4 Remake. I'm really looking forward to that game. It looks really good from all the footage I've seen. And I can't imagine not enjoying it. And this week, I believe Capcom is doing a little presser for some of its games. Ah, you son of a gun. Now I'm poisoned. Oh! Alright, he's dead. He was ready to charge me or something. Ready to make a meal of me. You know what? There we go. Alright, we got some handgun bullets here. Alright, double whammy headshots. No crimson heads in here. Alright. Oh, we got shotgun shells. I'll grab those. I won't be able to grab the battery yet, though. But that's okay. And we got magnum rounds in there. Do a little bit of some last minute exploration in here. Oh, there's nothing in here at all. That's surprising. Got our little safe haven here, or nothing can get us at all. We got the electronic, or not electronic, but the little camera spy room. Oh, nothing is in here. I know there'll be some hunters. So I'll put some things away. Some more shotgun shells. Got a dagger and a memo here. Turn off the lights. Come on, Chris, hurry! Alright. We got the yellow gemstone. Get up there, Chris. Alright, and we got the red gemstone. Yellow gemstone, I know exactly where we gotta go for that. That's where we get the MO disc to save our compatriot Jill. I just went in the wrong room.
Hey, that took a little bit longer than I thought.
Oh, that's okay. I was just talking about how, I'm really anticipating Resident Evil 4 Remake. First, I was a little skeptical, and, well, not even skeptical, but a little indifferent. And for me, there's a certain bias there. I would have preferred a Code Veronica remake, and I'm still hoping we'll get that. Because that was easily one of my favorites.
Well, I imagine they're not stopping this anytime soon, you know.
No, I mean, this is just printing money for Capcom at this point. I mean, Resident Evil 3, with all of its issues, still sold really well. And that came out at a perfect time because that was during, like, the pandemic and riding the success of the Resident Evil 2 remake. So we got our first MO disc. Those are what's required in order to save either Jill or Chris, depending on whose campaign you're going through. So I just got to get to item box here. So I got to deposit that. Got to fight Yawn for the final time. So we're getting there. And I think at this pace, should be getting to the caves, and then that'll probably end us here.
So maybe one more stream after that, you should be...
Yeah, it'll definitely be one more stream. So, and I was saying, at this rate, this should be finished by tomorrow. We'll start Resident Evil 2 Remake by tomorrow night in some capacity. And that one isn't as fresh in my head. So, yeah, I gotta go this way. So it'll probably take me a little bit of remembering.
What's that?
I said that one isn't as fresh. I haven't run through it as many times. I've run through it a few times, but just not as many times as I have with Resident Evil 1 Remake. So it'll take some remembering. It'll essentially be like a brand new game for me.
Well, definitely be brand new for me.
Got the journal here. No, I don't want that yet. Andy's favorite puzzle of puzzles. Alright. Alright, and then this guy goes like that. There we go. Okay, that one went pretty smoothly. Thank God. It's that outer room on the first floor, but in order to get there, I have to run through that room that had like 4 or 5 zombies in it. I know I've killed a couple of them, but they just like keep coming in there, it seems like.
Got all that handgun ammunition.
I know. I'm just stockpiling it. Alright, going here. Doorknob's been repaired. Yeah, we'll discard that.
Rebecca!
Uh-oh.
Is she upstairs?
I gotta go save Rebecca. Yeah, it's just like these minor changes in the game for Chris's campaign. And I know exactly where she is. What you doing there, Spectre? Getting
Oh,
off
my
the
internet's
planet?
kind of messing up.
Oh, is it? Save the day, Chris. Achievement unlocked.
Rebecca,
Chris,
you okay?
What'd you get?
I didn't mean to get you
I
worried.
saved
Stay here any
Rebecca.
longer. We have to get to the others and find a way out of here. You with me?
Yes.
Then I'll go ahead. Until then, Rebecca, you're
You with me? All right, then I'll go ahead and you're on your own.
I can handle myself.
Good luck.
That's funny. And then she says, I can handle myself. Well, then why didn't you handle yourself against that hunter right now?
Well, she's like the medic girl, right? So, I mean...
I suppose. We got ourselves a grenade here. The metal object. More shotgun shells. This room should be clear. Okay. Alright. We are getting to the point of facing Yawn again. This guy away. Alright, I know what I'm gonna do. So I gotta still grab the battery as well, because I'll need that to get down into the caves.
Yeah, so you'll finish this up. I'll squeeze in some of mine. I'd like to knock out Callisto before I start Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
And then Anapomelius or whatever the hell its name is.
Made up words.
I'll do that game. Like I said, I'm really curious about that game because there's actually another game very similar to it coming out soon as well too. So that might be a good kind of companion game for it.
Okay.
But we'll see how much we like this one. I think this one looks like the better one of the two. So I don't think it's a particularly long game. It might be like a one stream type of thing.
Okay.
So we will see.
I'm just gonna clear this area of these zombies. Here he comes. Oh! And there's the other one around the corner.
Now when the Crimson Head is killed, they don't come back again, right?
Correct. They're dead for good.
She's using that handgun.
I don't have it on me. Otherwise I
Your
would.
infinite bullets.
At least I don't have to worry about these guys in this area now. Okay, and this will take me to... Oh! Look at that guy.
Stuck up on him.
Yes, I did. And here's his buddy. Oh, he's right down there. Oh my gosh, dude. Will you turn, Chris? Okay, now he's dead. Holy cow. Oh, may as well just use that right away. Alright, I'll take a couple of these out for Yawn. Just because I know he can poison me.
You're still pretty well stocked on stuff.
Yeah. No, I'm just bringing out the blue herb mixes. Not worried about inventory, just worried about keeping myself nice and safe and healthy. Because I've been doing this for over 2 hours, haven't saved. So...
You should have done a no save run.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. You could have just left the game on in the background. I've done that before. I left games on for like a day or two.
For what purpose? Like farming or...
Some of them were just for achievements.
Oh, okay.
Like one of them, like Stanley Parable. You have to play the game all day on a Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, that's the achievement. There was another game. Oh, I can't remember what it was. It was like it was like a lower budget like shooter game. I can't remember the name, but you had to host a server, a multiplayer server, for 24 hours.
Okay.
So you'd put up a server and you just leave the game on.
Okay.
So I did that one. Crazy stuff we do for achievements.
Got a couple shots on him. Sick of you, snake. Oh, man.
And he was ready for you.
There we go. You are done. Look at that. I'm still fine.
Make a lot of boots out of that thing, huh?
What's that?
You can make a lot of boots out of that thing, right?
Oh, yeah, out of the snakeskin?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Can I unlock these doors? Nope. Alright, we'll deposit some stuff. Go grab the battery and magnum rounds. We'll head into the caves. Should be perfect. It's perfect timing too. Should get there right before midnight. And at this point, the mansion is pretty much done. I only have to come back here one more time, and that's just to go into Lisa's crypt. Or rather, her mother's crypt. You know, if you want to split hairs about it. I don't think I have anything big to worry about.
Handgun for a while?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the handgun for a while. I'll need the crank. I know that.
What are the other like big titles coming out at the end of the year? Let's see.
All I know of is Starfield.
And Zelda. There's got to be more than just those two games, right?
Well, Zelda comes out in May.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
God, so there really is like nothing towards the end of the year.
Yeah, I can't think of anything. Alright, I gotta go this way.
This way. Yeah, speaking of yawn.
Speaking of yawn.
All right, let's see. There's got to be something coming out end of the year, right? Let's see here.
Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation 5 is rumored to be coming up in fall. I know you're not too crazy about Spider-Man.
Yeah, not too keen on that one. Let's see.
That one I'm looking forward to.
Oh, here we go. Game Informer actually has a pretty nice comprehensive list month by month here.
Okay.
Like literally everything. Let's just skip ahead to end of the year. I just want to see what's supposed to be coming. On the stuff that's to be announced. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even really have anything after like July.
Yeah.
July, I guess Pikmin 4 is supposed to come out.
Oh, yeah. It's a big year for Nintendo this year, that's for sure.
June, you have Street Fighter 6, which I think you and I will probably be passing on that, I imagine. I'm not really a Street Fighter fan.
I'm not a fighting game fan in general. I enjoy Smash Brothers casually, but I'm not too crazy about fighting games.
We got Final Fantasy 16.
Oh, yeah, that'll be big.
Yeah, I don't know if you're picking that up or not. It's only on PlayStation 5 for now, so I can't pick that up just yet.
Probably not.
So, and then we have Diablo 4, which I will be skipping. It does not look
promising
at all like what I want it to be. So,
Well, all you've seen are cinematic trailers. You haven't seen.
No, there's been a lot more than that, and a lot more information's been released on it.
Like gameplay? Has it been gameplay?
Gameplay also. We have the different editions of the game out already that you can order. It's got a lot of. It feels like it's very bereft of features. Like there's not even going to be item sets in the game even at launch.
Oh.
There's some kind of weird like pay to win features on it, stuff like that. So, and I really do not like the direction of that they're going with. Like I don't like the look of it. I don't like the story of it. Diablo 3 was already a massive step in the wrong direction, in my opinion, compared to 2.
Yeah.
The series really peaked at 2.
I didn't care for Diablo 3 personally.
Yeah, I was not a huge fan. It's not a horrible game, but it's a downgrade from 2. The series really peaked at 2. 1 was not a bad game. It just was too rudimentary, I guess you could say. It's too simplistic.
Yeah.
It was of its time. You know, it's not a. It's rough to play nowadays.
Yeah.
But 2, I think, is a masterpiece. One of the greatest. I would put that in my top 50 games of all time easily. Fantastic game, and had the most interesting story to it. Most interesting gameplay, good expansion to it.
Yeah.
2 is a masterpiece. 3, like I said, was a huge step in the wrong direction. And 4, I just, like I said, I don't like anything I've seen about it so far.
Yeah.
So, and plus I don't have any. I've lost a lot of confidence in the developer with Blizzard. Modern Blizzard is not the Blizzard of, 20 years ago.
Right.
That put out masterpiece after masterpiece. I'm just sorry to say, it's a different company now. I'm sure there's a lot of great people working there and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's not the same. It has the same name on the door, but it's the people that make it, the company, the developer. So, yeah. So, okay. So, June, it looks like we're completely skipping June. July, I imagine you might pick up Pikmin 4.
Maybe not.
I don't know if you're a Pikmin fan or not.
I've never played any of the Pikmin games. It doesn't look like anything I'd be too interested in. I think it's a strategy game.
Yeah, it's kind of got like RTS elements to it. So, okay, so we're skipping July. We're skipping June. What about May? May has, let's see, Age of
Zelda.
Wonders. I don't know what that is. Redfall, that's a hard skip.
Zelda.
Zelda. You'll get Zelda. Amnesia the Bunker. That's something I'll think about. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Nope.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard. It's gonna be mostly. It'll be a Zelda month. May will be a Zelda month,
Yeah.
and April we have. I know we have Star Wars, but what else do we have? We got Star Wars, Dead Island 2. That's a skip from me.
Yeah, I'm not getting Dead Island 2. I was never crazy about the first one.
It never really was that good.
No, and it's just like, I could do without it.
Yeah, and that takes us to today. I mean, there's not a whole lot on the horizon for us. I mean, I'll pick up Star Wars in April, like I said.
Yeah.
But there's not a ton on the horizon. Maybe Advance Wars. That could be a fun one on Switch you could play. That's actually a good game. There's a whole bunch of like to be announced stuff. Like, Armored Core 6 is supposed to come out this year, but I'm imagining that's going to be next year.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already in March here. They gotta start. There's only so much. You just don't have the case anymore where it's like, they're gonna be like, oh, the game comes. Oh, by the way, the game comes out next month. There's no hype that can be built for it.
Yeah. You might get occasional shadow drops.
Yeah, but But especially anything with like a physical release, it's hard to do that.
Yeah.
For a digital only game, it's different. But there's a ton of games they have on the list here that are like to be announced. So I mean, so we're expecting like Armored Core 6, Starfield to be like later in the year.
Yeah.
But or delayed into 24. So I think this was a very front-loaded year.
Yeah.
All the big stuff is really within the first 4 months. Like pretty much 90% of the big titles that we are going for are released.
What happened?
First 4 or 5 months.
Double crosser.
But that's good though. That gives us a chance to, we got tons of stuff planned. We got, what's it called? Enrico.
Umbrella.
Double crosser.
Who is it? It's got to be Jill.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, who else could
Yeah.
it be logically?
He grabbed his crank.
I did grab his crank. Oh! Oh! I don't have my shotgun. I'm not dealing with that.
It's kind of sidestepped in there. So, but yeah, no, I mean, we're gonna have, we'll have a loaded summer regardless, because we'll have, we got tons of stuff planned. We got room tours, we got unboxing videos, we got, we got tons of stuff. We got events, like in-person events coming up here, at least one of them.
Yep.
We got a ton of stuff planned. In worst case scenario, if we run out of shit to do, we have a backlog of hundreds of games to go through.
Oh yeah, we got plenty of games that we can stream and get stuff out there. There will be no shortage of content available for anyone to view.
There could be no new releases for that are worthy of purchasing for like years, and we'd still have plenty of stuff. I mean, my Steam list is like, I'm at like what, 700 something games.
Yeah.
There's just in my plan to, in my currently playing list or my plan to play list, like these are ones I have every intention of playing. I have 76 games in there right now.
Right.
So that's just in my plan to play list. So, and that's not even counting all the other games I have that I could go through. So,
right,
we're not going to run out of games unless the industry folds tomorrow. Then maybe like 10 to 15 years from now, we'll run out of games.
Right. If that.
Yeah. There's just so many of them. Give the old wallet a break too.
That's good. Yeah, that's for sure.
Because we just had game after game after game here. Because we got to get back to stuff too. We got to get back to like
Hogwarts, Atomic Heart. Because I really
Atomic Heart. I still have. I just started Callisto, but I have to do Dead Space after that. I have Company of Heroes. I want to do a few streams on.
Yeah.
Some other random games that'll pop up. We got a lot to do.
I think what I'll do is I'll kill the giant spider, and then I think that'll be a good pausing point.
That sounds good.
Boulder Chris. There's a flamethrower there.
You can't grab the flamethrower, right?
No, you can. I'm just not going to grab it right now.
I thought it did something when you grab it.
No. It's just a weapon that you can use as Chris. Here we go. Here's the giant spider. That thing just looks awesome.
Yeah, it's imagine how horrifying that would be to encounter. if it wasn't bad enough, it's got its other spider friends coming around too.
Oh yeah, I made a quick look of them. Didn't even break a sweat.
Got your survival knife.
Oh, there's another one that's showing up. Hey, you, get down from there. You little bastard. I just want to see what room this is.
Well, you gotta save too, right? So.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, well, we'll grab the map. Yeah, because I gotta go through... Well... How many inventory spots do I have? You know what? I can grab the cylinder. Grab the elevator shaft cylinder. That'll be a good pausing point. All right, nothing there. Another boulder for Boulder Chris. What's back here? Alright, well I can't grab that because I need a slot for the shaft. I talked about this portion when I was playing through Jill, because you had mentioned how the puzzles, and we both agreed on this, how the puzzles weren't really like all that complex compared to games like Silent Hill.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this is another perfect example, you know, it's like, okay, we got a puzzle here. All I gotta do is push this statue out and then put it on the disc in the middle here to rotate it, and then I push it in. Like, there's really no thought to it. You know, it's a little disappointing, but...
Yeah, I think a good puzzle is something that, I mean, I think it should fit the theme of the game, which I think the Silent Hill puzzles nail it.
Yeah.
You know, they're very dark and disturbing usually. They fit with what's going on in the game itself, or they fit with like kind of an occult theme. You know, they're very appropriate for the game.
Right.
And their difficulty, especially on the highest difficulty, I think kind of hits that sweet spot of being challenging. It makes you think for a few minutes, and without being like ridiculously obtuse or unfair.
Yeah.
But not being so ridiculous as you need. Like it should be somewhere between. Like it should be something more intelligent than this. Obviously, it's just like pushing things around or putting the shape in the hole, stuff like that. Like that's very basic stuff a toddler can do.
Right.
It should be balanced between this and then super crazy like Myst level puzzles where you need to write stuff down in a notebook and keep track of stuff like across a bunch of different areas. There's really obscure puzzles like that, obtuse puzzles like that. And, I think it's a balance like anything else. It's just like combat in games. Like so you can. That's my quote that I keep coming up with is it's really easy to make an easy game and it's really easy to make a hard game. It's challenging to make a game that feels right in the middle at that sweet spot.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I think that.
Oh, I
mean,
aimed up.
Especially going back to Silent Hill, I mean, like it has like probably the most memorable puzzles I could think of in any game I've done.
Yeah.
Like I remember, like the condemned prisoner puzzle in Silent Hill 2.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like there's just like even like or the creepy Stanley character in Silent Hill 3 and the box that you have to open all the different locks to it in the hospital area.
Yeah.
These are things that stick with you. They're simple. They're simple, I guess, in their basic design, but they like I said, they really fit well with the game.
Yeah.
I think the best example I can think of, there's like one puzzle, and it's a very simple, like basic, like you've seen it like in 1,000 games type of puzzle. It's a simple keypad, and you have to find the, like you think of a keypad with numbers on it, and you have to find, I think it's Silent Hill 3, and you have to find the code to open the to use the keypad to open the door.
Yeah.
And if you're playing on the highest, if you're playing on the lower difficulties, there's a note nearby that basically just spells it out for you.
Okay.
But if you're playing on the highest difficulty, it describes like this like cannibal like patient at the hospital that it describes how it's eating a face.
Oh wow.
And you have to think of the face as like a clock. Like I started with the left eye, and I moved my way, and that corresponds to like a number.
Yeah.
I'm like that's so creative and fitting for the game, but like a very simple puzzle that you see in like a million different games where you just have to type in a key, a combination.
Right.
And it's so creative and awesome and fitting for a game. And it wasn't like super challenging, but it made you had to like, okay, let me think of a face and let me think of what it's trying to say for each one here.
Right.
Like, okay, the nose is like the center of the face, so that's this number. So it was I'm like, that's such a cool idea for a puzzle. It's stuff like that. I think that works well for like puzzles in games. And that's why another, like I don't mean to keep coming back to Callisto, but people complain that Callisto didn't have any puzzles, and it really doesn't. But if you look at games like Dead Space, what puzzles were there in Dead Space beyond
there weren't any.
Exactly, yeah. But beyond just, okay, move this power brick into this slot.
Yeah.
What was there to really impede your progress? There wasn't really any thinking involved.
Right.
At least there's puzzles in these games. Like, I mean, they're very simplistic and straightforward puzzles, but you can still call them a puzzle.
Right.
It's not like you just run into a room and flick a switch.
Some of the puzzles, it's kind of like that.
Yeah, but I mean, but at least there's like an attempt at like a riddle or something. Yeah.
Original Resident Evil 2 and 3 were a lot better. These are the original games, but they did a better job in terms of the puzzle element.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, maybe as from a development perspective, maybe it's just really hard to come up with a puzzle that's fun. I don't know. You would think that would be fun to just like contemplate, like if you were tasked to like come up with a puzzle
Right.
for like a horror game, and like that would be kind of a fun like thoughts. Like you could come up with a lot of different ideas for that. I think that would be kind of fun to ponder.
Right. All right, let's get to the elevator shaft. Get away from me, Hunter! You overgrown toad. Alright.
Grab the shaft.
Grab the shaft. Oh, I was looking at the wrong end. 4, 2, 3, 1. 4, 2, 3, 1. Alright, I believe there's a save point down here for me. There's an item box. Oh, there's no save. Okay.
Well, I hope you don't die anytime soon here.
No. This area is pretty easy going. This is where you play Ring Around the Rosie with Lisa. There she is. Okay, well, grab these, I guess. And then go through here. Another flash grenade. Some more magnum rounds. It's a good thing I'm getting more handgun rounds too. I'm running pretty low if you haven't noticed.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Over 200 rounds.
It would take you probably like a couple minutes just to go through all of them.
Yeah, right? Okay. Alright, that guy's set. Oh, there she is. Alright, go down this way. Oh, even more handgun bullets. Can never have too many of those. That's the broken flamethrower. I was just thinking, in order for me to even get the actual flamethrower, I'd have to finish this section and then come all the way back to it.
Because you can't just grab it, right?
Right. Because it locks doors. Well, maybe I'll do that. I wonder if there's an achievement too. I think there is, because there's an achievement for like acquiring all weapons.
Could be like a hidden one.
Alright, so she's right there. So I gotta wrap all the way around, make sure she follows me. Come on, Lisa. Yeah. Be nice if you interact. Am I going the right way? No, I'm not. Dang it. I'm not gonna have enough time. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, we're good. Alright, our little crypt area.
Good to put some of those handgun bullets magazines on there to weigh it down.
I just can't stand these things.
Why do they have to be snakes?
Alright. There's a dagger here.
I love that when he gets on the plane. There's a big snake on the plane.
Yeah.
Just my pet snake, Reggie. I hate snakes.
Here we go. Got the stone ring.
Give you the story of Lisa here.
Yeah, so I did read through it in Jill's campaign, but it's basically her mother, her and her mother and father were all, for lack of a better term, abducted by Umbrella, and they shot everybody up with the T virus, and mother died, and Lisa was, you know, she survived. She was able to coexist with the virus, but you know, her mother didn't, and she was constantly trying to like be reunited with her mother, and she did some pretty messed up things. Some Ed Gein level type stuff. You know what? I will go get that flamethrower. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Okay. We'll wrap her up soon here. I went a little bit over, but it's going pretty quickly, and I can save right before Lisa's encounter, and then at that point I'm at the the Umbrella Lab, and then that'll be a quick finale stream. Could probably even get that done during my lunch break tomorrow. Then we can just head right into Resident Evil 2 Remake.
There we go. Or we could do more Callisto.
If you want to do Callisto, you can.
We'll see how we feel. We'll see which one of us is more up to it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty up to it just because I'm motivated to get this done in a timely manner. I was saying earlier, too, that Capcom's doing a presser this week. Just about a few of their games. So I am imagining that the Resident Evil 4 remake demo is going to drop. So that'll be cool to play through next weekend.
I will be passing on the demo. It might be a console exclusive, so I might not have a choice. But either way, even if it wasn't, I wouldn't. I'll play the game fresh.
Okay.
And blind.
So you won't even watch it?
Maybe I'll watch it. We'll see.
Okay. All right, dog. That's enough out of you.
Use some of your infinite handgun ammo.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It was a busy day, too, I would say. So
yeah,
that's why I'm able to feel like a little tired.
Yeah, I hear that. It's been a long weekend for Lady Rorschach and I, too.
I was very happy with the Dead Space collectors.
Yeah. It looks nice, man.
We'll have that video up eventually here.
The power has been restored. Oh. I can't recall the elevator? Oh, so do I have to go back down? Oh, man. Son of a gun. Maybe I have to go back down through Lisa's hideout and go back through that way. Son of a gun. Okay, game, if you say so. And I got the inventory slots. Arrgh. It's a little odd. Can't. The power's been restored to the elevator, but you can't use the contraption to call it back up.
It's a one-way elevator.
Even though that's how you got it to begin with. You called it up. Whatever, game. Ah, you missed me.
you still going after the flamethrower, or what are you doing?
That's what I'm doing. I'm going after the flamethrower. Have some fun with it in the lab. Against those nasty chimeras. Oh my gosh, really? Oh! And now I'm gonna die. Oh, really? How the hell do you keep the flamethrower in your inventory then? Can you look that up for me? How do you get the flamethrower in Chris's campaign in Resident Evil 1 Remake?
My internet's still fucked up. I can't like search anything else.
Oh.
I need to restart my computer.
Oh. Oh my gosh, game. I'm sorry, anybody who's viewing. I'm making rookie mistakes here. So you're telling me there's no way? There's got to be a way.
I just let it go.
I am. I'm just gonna continue on, get to the save point, and then we'll be golden here. Oh my god, dude! She just wallops you. Sorry about that.
No, it was worth checking.
I was thinking I'd be able to take that broken one off, go to the room where the actual one is, and do the switcheroo on them. Alright, so I'll make sure I have that guy. And I'll bring myself some healing. Maybe one day I will go through for the achievement where you beat it in less than 3 hours. You said there's one for beating it in an hour?
No, there's one for 5 hours and for 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
So obviously, if you beat it in 3 hours, you get both.
Okay.
Other than that, I mean, they're not really like they're not like that bad. It looks like from an achievement standpoint, they're fairly straightforward.
Yeah. Not like some shooter games where it's like, I get so many headshots in multiplayer and get this achievement.
Yeah, this is more about, doing like all the playthroughs and endings and blah blah blah.
Yeah. Why, yes, I will. Take the stone and metal object. Yeah, sounds like it's raining out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too. That's right. Rather be rain than snow.
Right. Snow would be worse. Pretty fancy doors.
Oh yeah, I want to have that in my house. Doors you can only open with special keys
Right.
that are scattered throughout my property.
Right. You turn clock dials a certain way. Anything over here? No? Okay.
You're a bit of a mess up. Chris, take a piece of the action.
This is probably, by the way, one of the easiest boss fights ever. I just don't want her to hit me. Move!
You got this,
move.
Wesker.
Oh god! Stun her or something, Wesker.
That's right. She does the like crazy jump too.
Yeah, she does a jump, and then if you're too close to the edge, she can knock you off the ledge and kill you. Alright, here we go. Part always stresses me out because well, it only stresses me out if I haven't saved in a while, which obviously I haven't, so... An end to a poor girl's misery. Another letter. These I'm skipping through just because I've read through them during Jill's campaign, but it's another, just another reference to the Trevor family, which was unique to the Resident Evil 1 remake. And then this should be on the list of 10 things that don't make sense in Resident Evil. So you got this big pool of water that leads down to the lab, but how is like the lab not flooded?
I would just say, is this how they normally get into the lab? Like every time they want to leave the lab, they have to wait for this thing to be flooded and unflooded.
And if it's flooded, like how is any of this equipment not impacted? Like how is it not destroyed?
Hey, it's just that room that's flooded.
I mean, water goes everywhere though.
Well, I mean, you can close. There's probably like it seals
Oh
off.
god damn it! Didn't mean to do that. Pick up the ink ribbon. Alright, well, we're in the lab now, actually, so went a little bit over than intended, but that just means, oh god dang it, that just means it'll be a quick finale.
Yeah. So we can get to Resident Evil 2 pretty quickly then.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to play 4. I can't remember the last time I played 4. I think it was probably 10 years ago now, at least, on the Wii.
Yeah. Well, that'll conclude tonight's streaming of Resident Evil 1 Remake of Chris's playthrough. Do you have any thoughts? I mean, you kind of seen the entire game already with Jill's campaign, but I don't know, anything else you want to add?
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, it's. I can see how it's a little bit more challenging, especially that plant fight. He had some trouble there, but
Yeah.
it's. Yeah, no, yeah, we'll finish this up, and I'm really looking forward to Remake 2 because I've barely seen any of that game.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. As always, we are the Game Reactionists. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channels. We would deeply appreciate that. With that said, I've been Rorschach.
Yeah, Spectre.
And you guys have a lovely evening.